Hello everybody. I am going to cook me some dinner. This is a late lunch and an early supper. I've got kidney beans here that I took out of the freezer. I don't know if you saw my other video where I cooked those with rice, but I'm heating some of those up because I'm going to eat them with this meal. And I've got some wild raised pink salmon, Alaska pink salmon. And some people may say, well, you should be using fresh salmon. But no, this recipe is better with canned salmon. Now I'm going to see how much liquid is in this, because I'll have to add liquid to this dish anyway. But it calls for 1 can of salmon. And I'm going to add water to this to make 1 cup of water. Pour that right in there. I'm putting in 3 eggs. Lucked out with that one. I'm going to start breaking them into the bowls just to be safe with my eggs, because I don't want to crack an egg in my recipe and it be a bad egg and ruin all my other ingredients because I poured a bad egg in there. Okay, now I'm going to mix this up a little bit. And I leave my bones, my skin and everything right in my salmon. My greens are heated up. Woo, that's hot. Put that back there. It's steaming hot, y'all. But yeah, you have a lot of nutrition in your bones and the skin and the whole part of the fish. And it's all cooked to where the bones are like powder anyway, so you can eat them. You don't even know the bones are in there by the time you get everything all mixed up. I mean, that's the thing about eating salmon is getting all the nutrients in there, you know. I should have beat these eggs up a little bit before I put them in there, but it's all right. Just goes to show you, you don't have to follow rules all the time. Because you're going to break up this fish anyway. And no, I'm not putting garlic, I'm not putting onion powder, I'm not putting onions or any of that stuff in that this time. Like I said, I'm fixing them a little bit different than normal. Okay, now what I'm going to add is the stovetop stuffing mix, but it's the cornbread stuffing mix. So all of your spices, your cornmeal, and everything else is right in this mix. Let me get my scissors. Well, what did I do with them? I don't want to tear the top of this off and it go flying across the kitchen. Just going to dump that right in. Now we're going to fry them in butter. And my beans are hot. They're boiling. I'm going to turn them down on simmer. But you got to let this liquid soak up. All that egg and that cup of water will soak right up into this dressing. I ate some salmon patties in a restaurant one time, and I think they were the best that I'd ever eaten. But they were fixed a little different than the way I normally fix them. And I think this is the way they did it. I honestly think this is the way they did it. Now let me get a spoon. But you want it mixed up really good. Now I'm going to heat up my pan. Put a paper towel in my pan. I really should have fixed rice with that, but I've got enough carbohydrates, I think. I don't need rice with my stuffing mix in my fish and all that too, so. We're instead of frying these in olive oil, I'm going to fry them in butter. You know, everything goes better with butter. Everything is better with butter. Now, I'm just going to get my hands a little wet. So I can shape these and put them in the pan. Because if you don't, all that is going to stick to your hand. And that was cold water I put in there. I didn't put hot water in there because I don't want it to cook my eggs before I put them in the pan. Because that egg is what's going to hold your patties together. I could go ahead and make it a couple more while I'm waiting. I usually like to put them just right straight in the pan when I make them. That way they don't fall apart trying to pick them up and move them. But you have to squish your patty together. There's 3. Oh, I already know they're going to be good. They're going to be good. And putting that little bit of water in there is going to help keep them moist, because the stuffing mix don't soak quite all of it up like it normally would, you know, if you're using hot water. I need another fork. I don't want to cook them too fast. I'm turning the wrong one. Let me turn that back on. Always get the wrong burner. They're going to be good. And it didn't take much ingredients. All you used was 3 eggs, a cup of water, a box of stuffing mix, and a can of wild-grown salmon. The trick is flipping them without breaking them. Broke that one. It'll go back together when that egg cooks. And you could probably refrain from putting that much water in there. Yeah, if I make them again, I'm going to not put quite that much water in there. I may try seeing how it does with just putting the eggs in. Yeah, probably should have waited on flipping these other. I've got two of them that tried to come apart. It wasn't quite cooked enough to flip. That's the reason I say you don't want it on too high heat. You want it on a low heat so it cooks through, through the whole patty. Get all that egg cooked, which will hold it together, and it's not going to burn on you. I mean, there's so many different ways to do one food item, like salmon patties. I've come across so many different ways to cook them, it's unreal. Take this one out. Looking good, y'all. So I'm going to take this whole stick of butter, which I don't care. I love butter. And butter always makes things taste better. Get that little bit out because I don't want it to burn and make my fish taste bad. Turn that heat down a little bit and add me some more butter. Yeah, see, I don't like to do this because my patties fall apart when I try to put them in the... Yeah, that works so much better for me. I'm not even going to make them in advance anymore because it works better for me just to make them and put them straight in the pan. Might better put that butter in there because it is melting. It is melting, y'all. But now you can surely fry these in olive oil. You don't have to use butter. But to me, that would taste really good with butter. I thought I heard the wind getting up again, but maybe it's not. No, little buddy's here at the door. I think he wants to go out. Little buddy, you always want to go out or in at the most inopportune times. Usually when I'm in the middle of doing something, like a cooking video. Ooh, they smell good. They do smell good. And you definitely did not need to add salt because the salmon is salty enough on its own. Another thing that would go real good with this is coleslaw. Any kind of fish, coleslaw always goes good with. But I didn't want to go to the trouble to make it because I wanted beans and I wanted to eat some greens. And I think coleslaw would have been way too much. That'd been over the top. Would have definitely been over the top. Better wait on the rest of them because that one almost come apart on me. Yeah, my allergies tried to calm down a little bit with that rain last night, but I think it filled the air in my house so much with dust before that. That's one reason I did a lot of vacuuming and dusting last night. But I guess I breathed too much of it and Yeah, you have to be a little careful flipping these so they don't break apart. So they'll break apart real easy. They're real delicate. And I want them to soak up all that butter. Oh my, that's going to be good. Gotta taste that little piece. It fell off. Mmm. That is so good. Turn it down just a tiny bit. And I've still got half of them to cook over here, y'all. But you don't want it on too high heat. You don't want to get in a rush cooking them, because if you do, the outside is going to burn and the inside is still going to be having raw eggs. So you don't want that to happen. Most of the time, cooking takes patience. Trying to make sure that one stays together. And I'm going to put a couple of these up to the side so they'll be cool. If I can remember the cool ones that I'll be able to eat when I get these done. Now I like to get the little tidbits out of the pan, because if you don't, they will burn. And they'll give your dish a burnt taste. Takes about a tablespoon of butter for every 4 of them you cook. Ooh, I touched that hot butter, y'all. That didn't feel too good. Everything always goes better with butter. This may be my favorite way to do salmon patties. I know I usually fix them a lot with just regular cornmeal, egg, a little bit of flour, seasoning. I've probably got 2 or 3 more in there. Oh, still no rain, but they said now it may not rain till about 6. I am going to enjoy my dinner. I think it's done enough to flip. That don't want to flip. I'm going to cook it just a little bit more. Don't want it to break apart. They're so moist that they come apart real easy till you get that egg cooked. And I'm trying not to scratch my pan up, but I can do better with 2 forks as far as flipping these things without destroying them. If I tried to do this with a flipper, I'd have them broke all to pieces already. Salmon is good for you, y'all. So I don't mind eating this for several days, a week even. I love salmon. And it is real good for you, so. It needs to cook more. See, when I first flipped that one, it almost broke in half because the egg wasn't cooked real good inside. But once that egg gets cooked, it stays together. You don't have to worry about it breaking apart. I'm going to end up with about 14 of these salmon patties. Ooh, my butter was getting too hot. Bring that down just a little bit. When you make your patties, you have to squeeze them together, almost like you're wringing out a sponge. And they'll even feel spongy with the water that you put in them. But that's the way they're supposed to be. Let me get this butter back in the refrigerator. before it completely melts on me. Then I get these eggs eggshells, that is, in my compost bucket. I gotta get out there and empty this thing. Beginning to fill up. There's an art to flipping these, I'll tell you. I'm burning my butter. Oh, I just pulled that one apart. Push it back together. Maybe that little bit of egg that's not cooked will hold it. Turn it down a bit. Soaking up all that butter, y'all. Probably put a little bit too much butter in it for the last two, because there's only 2 of them instead of 4. Oh, let's see. And turn that off. When I have soupy beans like this, I like to serve them in a little bowl. Just like that. And my greens. And those are greens that came from the garden, y'all. Ah, look what I just did. I flipped that bugger right out on the counter on the stove. See, that wasn't ready to turn. And I'm going to break it all apart because I'm hungry. I'm hungry and I want to eat the little tidbits. Look at there. My goodness gracious. No wonder it wasn't getting brown. My burner was off. These are plenty warm. But that's a great way to serve beans, so they're not running all over your plate and getting into all the other food you got on your plate. You get anxious with these and turn them too soon, they will break apart. And again, with a dish like this, I don't fix bread. I don't fix cornbread or anything else because you got your bread right in your salmon patty. Now you can serve tartar sauce. That's usually what I love to serve with this, is tartar sauce. Or ketchup, or any type of sauce you like. I think that makes a good presentation right there. Well, you'll see it in a minute. Turn all these off. How's that for the best salmon patties in this world? The unbeatable salmon patties. And they're so easy to make. Dear Lord, bless this food I'm about to eat. Amen. Take a bite. Open wide. That's going to be so good. Oh my goodness. You know what? I'm going to fix a little bit of sauce for them. Let's see. I should have went ahead and did that. But I've got sriracha sauce, ketchup, I guess y'all think I couldn't do nothing but cook all the time, and that's pretty much it. Because I cook all my meals at home. I'm going to put a little bit of sriracha sauce in there. A little bit of ketchup. Let's see what else I can find in here. Oh, let's see. How about some Tennessee Red? That'll do it. I think it does need a little bit more ketchup, though. It needs to be a little bit spicier than... Not much, just a little bit more. I mean, you can come up with your own sauce. Like I said, you can make tartar sauce, whatever kind of sauce you want. Now, see if I can get this on my fork and get some of the sauce on it. Y'all take some. It's got some of the sauce on it and I'm dropping it, y'all. Mmm. Oh, that's winning. Mmm. That is a winner. Those are the best salmon patties you could make. And with that sauce, they're even better. Take a big bite. Mmm. Get some of my beans. They're hot now. Mmm. Y'all, I'm too good a cook. And I didn't chop my greens up. But that's okay. They eat just as good like they are. Y'all have some greens? Mmm. It's a winning dish, y'all. So the next time you want some salmon patties, do this recipe. I think you'll love it. You'll really love it. I do. I mean, it's one of my favorite ways to fix them. That plus, you know, the way I do with cornmeal, a little bit of flour, egg, onion, stuff like that. Both of them are my favorite ways. I really love them like this, and I love them the other way too. So with that, I'm going to wish y'all a good day. Please like, share, and subscribe to my videos, and I'll see you on the next one. Love y'all. Bye now.